Hey, Fanboy Nation.
This is your pal Daffy Duck, and you're watching.
We're watching Fanboy.
Fanboy, etc.
Fanboy Nation.
I assume Tom.
Olivia Regina, this is a great limited series that we want season 2 for.
Thank you.
Great.
We love that.
Thank you.
Congratulations on this. Some twists and turns, some character development, which we've been missing a lot of in the last couple of years when it's come to television or film. So it's really exciting for that regard.
Oh, thank you. So appreciate that.
Take us through the catalyst of putting this show together as the showrunners and co-creators of, do you have your own sibling rivalries? One of you really hate your sister that was the goody two-shoes that got the 4.0 but really cheated her way through school? Like, how did all of this come about?
I love this therapy session. Let's get into it.
Yeah.
This is a heavy show, so we got to have a little bit of levity.
Absolutely.
For sure.
I think both Regina and I, we have siblings. I am the youngest of 3. Regina is the youngest of 9. So that's a real expert there. But certainly, I think the thing I gravitated toward most when I first read the source material was this notion that siblings get different versions of their parents, depending on birth order and depending on particularly if a parent gets sober at some point during childhood. My dad got sober when I was 10 and my sister was 15 and my brother was 13. So we all had very different experiences, not only of our childhood, but of our relationship with him as we became adults and what we carried in terms of anger or pain or connection to what was happening when we were children. And I think that is so apparent in the relationship between Chloe and Nicky. And so I think immediately we were drawn to that, as well as the twists and the turns. And, but there was something that really sunk the roots deep and something that felt really universal in the story. And so I think that immediately brought us in. And when Tomorrow Studios first sent the book, we loved that. And we knew that we could do something special with it. And then we were lucky enough sort of at every phase to get these collaborators who also felt similarly. And we were able to bring that to life.
Yeah.
And whereas Regina's one of 9, she just met her parents last week. Going, I think I know you. Yeah.
I think if you can nail the how quickly things change with sisters.
Yes.
That's what you're always trying to do, like that. I can want to choke you, but nobody comes near you. That kind of balance that these sisters have is like you would do anything, but you also know when things are bad and they're bad sisters, you got to run. So I think that it does help coming from families that are complicated, and not that, all families are chaotic, and there's a lot of addiction, like Olivia said, and but so much love too. And we try to always be very conscious of that. Yeah.
With a show like this, especially on streaming, we have all 8 episodes. They're all releasing on May 29th, which is exciting for people that love to power watch and binge watch everything all at once. But when it's network, it's this weekly episodic thing that you'll get the rating breakdowns the next day. And are like, oh, we can tweak a little bit of this character. We can change that. They shouldn't be as funny as they came across or as mean as they were. Does that make it more stressful when you have this original vision that can't be changed based on audience reaction?
I think that you have the opportunity. One of the gifts of long form storytelling, say, versus a film, is that because of the duration of shooting and writing and how long you're in it, you actually get that opportunity when you're in the storytelling itself and in the production itself. And in some ways, I think that responsiveness is a bit more authentic, or at least it can serve the story more in its truest self, because it's really not about it's about getting to the heart of the characters and making sure it's true. And so we were able to have some of that responsiveness while we were filming, where, oh, this is so rich. Oh my gosh, these 2 characters together, we have to have something else with them. And those discoveries, and it's so delightful. There's a certain poetry and motion that happens when you're getting to create together. So I think you kind of get that opportunity, and then you hope that audiences feel that, and then you can, if people love the things you love, hopefully as you get to keep telling the story, you can be a little responsive to what they loved also.
Yeah, for sure. I think that you want to stay clear on what you're trying to do, and listening to too many voices can really harm that path, because we're doing what we think is going to be entertaining or valuable or moving, and I don't think you can sort of be led by the nose by things like you're asking. I think it can really be damaging.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for your time. May 29th, The Better Sister, Prime Video. And also thank you for reminding me why I was so happy to always be an only child.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.